Hey everyone, today we are going to talk about borrowing money, for a car, a house, whatever it is. And it turns out there's a lot more going on than just getting some cash up front. There's a hidden cost and we're about to find it. So let's just jump right in with a question for you. When you're about to take out a loan, what's the one number you absolutely, positively have to pay attention to? What do you think it is? Okay, if your first thought was the monthly payment, you're in good company. That's what most of us think. But here's the crazy part. That's a huge misconception, and frankly, it's one that lenders are more than happy for you to have. And that brings us to our first big idea, what we'll call the monthly payment trap. It's this really clever way of framing a loan that makes even the most expensive deals look totally affordable. Yeah, as financial educator Scott Hegarty points out, our brains are just naturally wired to think about our monthly budget. We ask ourselves, can I swing this payment every month? Lenders know this. They know it's our weak spot. So they focus the whole conversation on that low monthly number, and it's a perfect distraction from the total real cost of the loan. And this slide right here shows the trap in action. Perfect example. Let's say you're taking out a $15,000 loan. With a 4-year loan, your payment is $345 a month. But look over at the 8-year loan. It's only $190. I mean, that looks way better, right? Much easier on the budget. But here's the trap. By stretching out the loan, you end up paying more than double in total interest. We're talking over $3,000 versus about $1,500. So that cheaper monthly payment, it actually ends up costing you an extra $1,649. Ouch. Which brings us to the biggest hidden cost of all, the interest. It's so important to think about this the right way. It's not just some random fee. It is literally the price you pay for time. Here's probably the best way I've ever heard it explained. When you get a loan, you are borrowing money from your future self. I mean, think about it. You get all the benefit right now, but it's your future self who has to do the work to pay it all back. And interest? That's just the fee the bank charges for making that happen, for giving you the privilege of getting something today instead of having to wait. So how fast can this cost really get out of hand? Well, there's a really cool mental shortcut for this called the rule of 72. It's super simple. Just take the number 72 and divide it by your interest rate. That gives you a rough idea of how many years it'll take for your debt to double. So at a 3% interest rate, it takes a long time, 24 years. But jump up to an 18% rate, like on a credit card, your debt doubles in just 4 years. That is the insane power of compounding interest when it's working against you. So what does a really high interest rate look like in the wild? Let's take a look at a pretty shopping scenario. Let's say you need a used car for 15 grand, but your credit isn't great, so you get offered what's known as a predatory loan. These are loans that are specifically designed to target people with fewer options. Just look at this chart. The car itself was valued at $15,000, but with an insane interest rate of 23.3%, by the time that loan is finally paid off, you have paid an extra $18,000 in pure interest. Let that sink in. The interest, the cost of financing the car, is literally more than the value of the car itself. You paid more to borrow the money than you paid for the actual thing you bought. This is exactly why the interest rate is so much more important than the monthly payment. But hold on, it's not just the interest rate you have to worry about. Oh, no. Lenders have this whole other bag of tricks. It's like an ambush of hidden fees, all designed to quietly pump up the total cost of your loan. People often call these junk fees, and they have these really official-sounding names like origination fees, which is literally a fee for starting a loan, or document charges. A car dealer might try to roll a super expensive extended warranty into your financing. In a mortgage, it could be property taxes and insurance. And they're almost always buried deep in the fine print, adding hundreds or even thousands to what you owe. Okay, I get it. That all sounds pretty scary. But here's the good news. Knowledge is power. You can absolutely protect yourself from this stuff. So let's get you set up with a smart borrower toolkit. All right, the single most important number, your secret weapon, is the APR, the annual percentage rate. What's so great about the APR is that by law, it has to bundle in not just the interest rate, but most of those extra junk fees too. So it gives you a much more honest, all-in picture of what that loan is really costing you each year. So here are 4 simple steps to take every single time you borrow. Number 1, always ask for the APR, not the monthly payment. Number 2, Get that APR from a few different lenders so you can actually compare and find the best deal. 3. Use a free online amortization calculator. Just Google it. It'll show you the total interest you'll pay over the entire loan. It's a real eye-opener. And number 4, this is the ultimate power move. Build up your savings so you can just borrow from yourself at 0% interest.
When you boil it all down, it really comes back to this one simple idea. Taking just a few minutes to do a tiny bit of math will save you an absolutely staggering amount of money over time. Being informed is your best weapon. So I'll leave you with one last thing to think about. The next time you're thinking about taking on some debt, ask yourself this question. Are you just making a payment to a bank, or are you placing a tax on your future self? How you answer that might just change your entire financial life.